What's up, pals and gals? It's your boy, the Wolf Gamer 25, and we are back for another riveting episode of Figure Friday. I would very first like to say, um, before we get into tonight's festivities, what you're hearing, I just want to say, all rights, you're going to go to YouTube. I don't own any of this music. I'm simply using it for background purposes, but for a very good reason, and you'll soon find out. But I would very much like to say thank you to those who will be in attendance tonight, and for those of you who are new, who wish to come in, have a look. Um, also, um, make sure that if you haven't already, please do your boy a favor and grab something to eat, grab something to drink if you want to. I'll give you guys a few minutes if you wish. As you know, it's plenty of time. Hey, and go ahead. I'll give you guys a few minutes if you like, and I'll be right here waiting. I'm gonna tell you, work today was very rough. And as I said, I'm only using this music for background purposes, but you'll soon find out why I chose this music for tonight. And don't worry about it. Trust me. Oops. I forgot. Oh my goodness. You guys good? You good? And also, I would like to say I hope that you had an awesome day. Because as you know, you are an awesome person and you deserve to smile. So don't ever forget that. Okay? Now, I hope you guys have done me a favor. I hope you've gotten yourself something to drink. I hope you got yourself something to eat. And I hope that you all had a good day once again, because I can actually say thank God for the weekend, because this weekend, these past few days, have been very busy. But hey, it's work, it's life. But hey, don't worry about me. I've eaten already, but I do have something to drink right here, so it's no reason to stress. Gatorade, is it in you? Okay. So, why don't we just go ahead and get into the nitty gritty? I hope you guys are relaxed. So please, kick your feet up, take a breath of relief. Put your hands behind the back of your head, just chill. As you know, it's just me, you, and the merchandise of tonight. Now, I would very much like to announce this is the first time that we will be taking a step into two different worlds. However, these particular worlds that we're going into, they're going to be completely different. They're going to be worlds apart from the ones that I'm normally used to. They're going away from Marvel. They're going away from the DC. They're going away from the Power Rangers. They're just going a completely different direction. And as I said, I hope you guys sit back, please relax and enjoy, because here we go. Tonight is going to be all about funks, because I have procured four, but I'm only going to introduce three tonight, because the fourth one I'm saving for a special purpose, and when the time comes, you'll know why I saved it. But this particular first funk I'm going to introduce, he is a very well-known person from the 90s, if you will, because that was actually the last time that really anybody heard from this particular person, because he was actually born in the 1970s. He did have one moment. Thought I changed the mode. Now, as I said, this particular individual, he grew up in New York. He was, as I said, a very well-known person. He was an actor. He was a songwriter, but also he was a rapper. Yes, you heard me right, folks. And this particular individual, excuse me, he was born in the year of 1971. He had a great life. He was thriving. Um, he had signed up with a lot of good names in the rap industry. He knew what he was doing at the time. However, there were moments in his life, that had seemed like it defeated him because at the time the system, of course, was against him, but at the same time he was able to find a way out of it and rise above it, and which, of course, I'm very grateful today because even in which like no disrespect to this generation's music, I listen to it every now and then. It's just this particular individual, I find that his music was more influential, if you will, because I found his music at such not like at such an early age, however, but I did find out his music back in the day, which of course was in the 90s, which of course led to the 2000s. And this particular person, I'm happy to say that I'm able to add his music to my favorites because to this day, I still listen to his music. And as you can see, which of course you probably can tell, you probably recognize that voice, right? But for those of you guys who don't know, the person I'm listening to is a very, very good rapper, and I'm very happy that I was able to hear his music before his tragic death in the year 1996, which of course he was gunned down in Las Vegas, Nevada, at a stoplight. Now, help me welcome and keep the memory alive of Tupac. That's right, folks, you heard me right. Tupac Amaru Shakur, if you will. Now, this young rapper's cause of death was, of course, gunshots. But it was only because due to the fact that he he had made while doing his career of rap at the same time while he had many friends at the same time he had made many enemies, which of course um, which I'm going to say was mainly one of the main reasons the cause of his death. But they say that no one ever found the shooter, no one ever found the killer, which of course is more influential to consequential. Sorry, I got the two words mixed up right there. It's more consequential to me because in a way I feel like it was kind of a setup, like he was set up, but I'm probably talking out my blood here. So why don't we just move on, huh? Here we go, folks. Tupac Amaru Shakur. As you can see, rocking the signature do-rag he's got going on. A few jewels here and there, a necklace, Rolex, ring, a watch, these boots right here. Nice vest he's got going on. A little piercing here. That the facial features he's got on. Um, he did make uh, he did make a bunch of albums. Yeah, a lot of them had went platinum back in the day, which of course that was when he was with I believe that was when he was with Death Row Records, which of course was when he signed up with Suge Knight. And to me, yes, it's true. While most people find his music to be a little bit more, how can I put this, more influential towards violence or anything. See, to me, I feel like those people who slam on his music like that, they're not really listening because to me, his music also has a message in it. You have to be able to listen with your heart and with your ears at the same time because that way you can actually pick up on the message and the vibe. It kind of seeps into your soul, if you will. But that's just me. As I said, I'm probably I'm probably rambling here or anything about it. But he did have a spouse. Keisha Morris was his spouse, which was back in the day. Um, he did um, he did have a stepfather and a step aunt, and I do remember he did have a mother, which he made a song for her, which to this day, so which of course that song is called "Dear Mama," and I listen to that song because it helps you because hey, I love my mom, she's the best, and I hope that she hears that because I know she'll probably be watching. Okay, let me get a swig here. Wait, wait. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to put Mr. Shakur on hold for just a moment because I would very much like to move on. Now I do have two other funks. They're hailing from the world of Disney. That's now they're a pair. I was actually able to snag them at the same time, and I would very much like for you guys to help me introduce them because they're awesome. I did watch this Disney movie because, as you know, I'm a Disney fan. I really am. It's just to me. I kind of caught the message of this one also because I watched it a bunch of times and I caught the message on. I really see why she did what she did. I understand. Sorry, I'm just thinking about the movie. It's awesome. Okay, so well, sorry about that. Some of the Gatorade went down rough. Now then, as I said, these two are a pair that I was able to snag together. They come from the world of Disney, and of course, yes, one of them is a Disney princess, and the other, uh, I think of him more as sort of a guardian type, because he went with this particular main character of this Disney film, and I'll bring them up one at a time. So please bear with me here, because I'm getting, if my lips aren't matching up with the words, but yep, right there it is. The connection is unstable. Please wait. I sometimes don't understand it, but hey, I'm gonna get into it now. So, this particular Disney movie that we're talking about, it dates back the war between the Chinese and, of course, the Huns, who are led by a ruthless invader leader known as Shan Yu, which I'm sure you can probably guess where I'm going with this, because for one particular lady, her whole life then changed. Now, the reason I say that is because in this particular film, um, this it kind of deals with the fact that women are not really allowed to go into the army because it is only kind of like a male dominated society. But she sort of she had taken upon herself to break the rules simply because her father was called back to arms into the army, and he wasn't really well at the time. He was dealing with a sickness. He wasn't really in his youth anymore. But I got to tell you, I think that she did the right thing. She stuck up for her family. She looked out for them. She did what was necessary to protect them, even though her father didn't really see it. But hey, it happens because I'm going with this. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to please help me give a warm welcome to Fa Mulan. Now, this, I know what you're thinking, but that's not Mulan. Well, actually, it is. This is Fa Mulan. Now, there's a reason, of course, why she's looking like this. Now, why don't we just get it right there so you can look at it? Yes, of course, rocking that armor. Of course, she got at the training camp. There she is. Fa Mulan. As you can see, rocking that armor. As I said, she got from the training camp where she was able to train with some of the best soldiers. There we go. As you can see, rocking that patented sword of hers. And of course, the ponytail back here, which of course is another trademark for her because it helps her to basically be incognito among a society of men, which of course, as I said, was more male dominated than female dominated. But hey, I'm glad that she did what she did because she was able to um, secure her spot among the soldiers, the other soldiers, and of course the excuse me, and of course the acting general, which of course she did in turn fall in love with, marry. But hey, that's standard when it comes to Disney movies. She met the guy at first, and then she fell in love with him. But hey, it was still a great film. It was one of my favorites, really. But spoiler alert: in the movie, she goes by an alias, Ping. Yeah, did anybody hear that? No? No? Okay, good, good, because I didn't want to spoil her cover. But yeah, as I said, she she had to do what she had to do because she had to basically go one on one with an entire Hun army who was looking to breach the Great Wall of China and, of course, to invade and, of course, take the resources, everything that they had, their foods, their goods. But she, in turn, she became anxious and apprehensive to the fact that her father, as I said, was in no shape to go back to war whatsoever. So, during a thunderous and rainy night, she took it upon herself to um, take up her father's sword and take up his armor as well, along with, of course, his transcripts, which, of course, he received from one of the um one of the Emperor of China's main consorts, if you will. And of course, in doing so, she was able to defeat Shan Yu, bring victory to China, along with bringing victory to herself and to her family. Which, of course, she was able to also find her man. As I said, she married Shan Yu, and they became happily ever after. There was a second Mulan movie, but I didn't get a chance to get into that one. So please. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the last one. Now, as I said, this particular individual, he acted more of a sort of a guardian type because, in turn, um, Mulan's family, they were very spiritual people. They did believe that the ancestors of their um, once great family who had lived before them had actually left behind, guardians to watch over the family to keep them safe from harm or like diseases or anything else of the sort. So I would very much like for you guys to help me introduce this next particular individual because he packs quite a bite and he's got a fire inside of him, if you will. Sorry, bad pun. But as you can tell, Mushu, the dragon. Yes, yes, he is a dragon. Now, most people mistake him for a snake, but he doesn't do the tongue thing, you know. I'm sorry, forgive me. But there are certain traits about him that helped Mulan with her mission, which of course he displayed. He was street smart. He had he had fire breath. He had leadership skills. He was good with his hands. He knew how to use them. And I'm not just saying that because he has that gong in his hand, which of course he kind of destroyed the Great Stone Dragon, which of course in turn was supposed to go with Mulan, but there was a little bit of a mix-up. So he in turn took it upon himself to accompany Mulan on her mission. Of course, in doing so, Mushu had scored a victory for himself because he was able to become one of the ancestors or the ancestral protectors, if you will. And in doing so, he brought peace to himself. But hey, that's good. But why don't we just get him out of the box? Because that's really the main thing. That's really the main thing, isn't it? Don't bite me. Don't bite me. I just want to get you out of there. Thank you. Here we go. Mushu the dragon, folks. Mushu the dragon. Now, as I said, rocking them patented little whiskers he's got going on, along with the gong. Now, the gong was, I'm going to say, it was supposed to act as sort of a gateway tool because they put emphasis on the word Great Stone Dragon. And of course, I'm going to say that I think the reason that the Great Stone Dragon didn't really awaken was because I think it was, how a nightly thing, because say the same thing like applied for gargoyles, they're stone by day and they could be warriors by night. Sorry. I've watched that show too many times. I've sort of got that down now. But anyways, I'll give you guys one last look at the 3 stars of tonight. Here's Fa Mulan. And then, of course, Mushu the dragon. Voiced by Eddie Murphy. And, of course, Tupac. Rest in peace, Tupac. Rest in peace. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream right there. And also, one more thing, folks. One more thing. One second. I also did procure another pickup today, and I'm actually going to be on the game stream circuit. Brought company. That's right, folks. The newest Dragon Ball Z game, Kakarot, it did drop. And I will be breaking it in tonight. It's already finished downloading. All I gotta do is jump over to Twitch, and I'll be gaming on it also. But feel free to follow me there because I'll be going there in just a short, maybe 5-10 minutes. And I do hope that you guys enjoyed tonight's stream. For those of you guys in attendance who did come, I appreciate you so much. You guys are epic. You guys are awesome. And feel free to hit the follow button.